Testing. Streaming on Instagram and YouTube. Alright. With the 26th, the new Knuckles show is coming out. I don't know. God, my chair's loud. Knuckles show. Right. I shouldn't, but at least I know the mic's picking up on YouTube. Kion Digital joined on Twitter. Not Twitter, on Instagram. Thank you. So I need a less noisy chair, apparently, because that chair is loud on the mic. Start with the fun one. The fun one. Where's my... Oh, here it is. The spritzer. It's watercolor paper. I don't want it super soaked, but I want it a little damp. I want the paints to move around a little bit. Knuckles, the Echidna Warrior. I remember first time seeing this character was in a Costco when the Sonic 2 was coming out, and they had the demo that you could play, you know, like in the middle of a Costco. It wasn't even like in the entertainment section, but you know, it was pretty cool. I mean, it made it like I still remember the first time playing Sonic 2. You know, I didn't have, you know, my family was a Nintendo family, and we were kind of a one system household. We were lucky to have the Nintendo. So we were lucky to have the Nintendo, and which it bothered me years later when my younger sister got a PlayStation. I was like, no. Yes, the Nintendo's an underpowered system, but it's what we get. You know, the Xboxes and PlayStations. Now those are for the rich kids. Although I was happy with my Nintendo. I had a Super Nintendo, and I played the shit out of Super Mario World, uh, as well as I had a good game collection. I had James Bond Jr. Um, you know, for what that was worth, James Bond Jr. And I was fortunate. But I still remember playing Sonic 2. And my best friend Troy, he had a Sega. So when I got to go to his house, I got to experience Sonic and Knuckles, and you know, I think the second one was a two-player because we actually got to quite a bit. Um, Getting to be Tails and flying around the map a little bit. Throwing around because the fire is going to cast a little bit of light, so I'm throwing around some light here. I always liked Knuckles. I always thought he was a cool character. Um, Even as a kid, I realized he was kind of pretty much a palette swap of Sonic. But you know, that wasn't uncommon for video games at the time. Video games had limited resources, and you know, they they did what they did. You made do with what you had. I think it was 3 years ago for the first time I actually bought a Sega Genesis. I now have one, a fully functioning, working Sega that I enjoy. I suck at a lot of the games. Um, Not growing up with them, I don't have the nostalgia for some of the Sonic or for some of the uh, Sega games. Um, but uh, they're fun. And when it comes to Sonic the Hedgehog, I was it when the second movie came out and they did Knuckles in the second movie. My wife, after the movie, where Sonic has to run over a body of water, which is a real issue for him. And I'm sitting there talking to my wife, and it goes, "That would have been the time to drop the song from the anime. Gotta go fast, gotta go fast, gotta go faster, faster, gotta go fast." That would have been the time to hit that needle drop. And my wife looks at me and goes, "There was a cartoon?" Like she has, now granted, my wife was the kind of woman who was reading, 14th century literature in middle school, uh, whereas I was reading, comic books, and so my Sonic, like I grew up with the comics. I grew up with the Archie comics. I grew up with the various cartoons. So yeah, I do have a soft spot for the Sonic franchise. I don't know it inside and out because I have not read the entire 300 uh, Sonic Archie run, and I believe because of legal issues, I don't even think you can get it. Um, Trying to get the character, it was clearly work for hire considering these characters and stuff were created for the video games long before there was a comic book adaptation. I keep wanting to dip my paintbrush in my tea, which is bad. Don't do that. But my boy Knuckles, I really enjoy the live action movies. I'm looking forward to the 26th, couple of days, the new Knuckles show. I think it's on Paramount. At this point, I'm just needling it. It's done, but kind of just. What is Knuckles? Knuckles' eye color is purple, right? I'm trying to remember. He's got a darker blue in some images, and I guess it turns red. I'll go dark blue. The red blood a little there happens. There we go. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. I was impressed at how close the second Sonic movie was to the second Sonic video game. Not just the introduction of Knuckles, but friend to foe, or foe to friend storyline. You got to remember, back in the 90s, a lot of video games didn't have storylines or deep lore, or, it was save your girlfriend, or, Street Fighter doesn't, I think, have really much of a, within the video game. I know within the anime and comics and stuff, they've really built a really cool story in Street Fighter. I'm wondering if they're going to do the sexy vampire character in the third movie. I know they've teased Shadow. Which, honestly, when Shadow was introduced is probably when I fell off the Sonic train. Not because I didn't like what they were doing or whatever. It was just that at that point in my life, that was when I was heading to college. So everything became about college, and yeah, I missed out on those games. There's a part of me that would like to go back and play. The Dreamcast. That's what it was. It was a Dreamcast. I'm sure I can pick one up cheap online. Yeah, that's what I'll look birthday's coming up. I was thinking about new sword or I rented it a couple of times. I know there was a Sonic game for the GameCube. I think Shadow was in that one, but honestly, I don't remember. I haven't seen the newest. The game I wanted to play was the Sonic anniversary, where there was like multiple versions of Sonic from the different timelines. Because the Sonic continuity is similar to He-Man's continuity in that people making the cartoon had no idea what was going on uh, in the games, and the people making the comic book had no idea what was going on in the cartoon, and so everyone was just doing their own thing, and there was no like head overseer making sure that all this stuff made sense continuity wise. Which I'll say it is bad brand management. Um, but I guess it worked out all right. I was surprised that in the first two films we didn't get an Urkel cameo from Dwight. I can't think of his name, but he voiced Sonic in the original cartoon, and I thought it would have been a nice little, even if they don't have a scene together, you know, you should pay homage to what came before. Because for many Saturday morning, you know, for 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 many years on Saturday morning, he was the voice of Sonic, and he was the flag bearer. He carried the flag. So I think as the franchise moves in a different direction, you still gotta pay a little respect to the. Might have been a little, oh no, too much there. But I will go back in and add some red. I'm just going to throw some orange in the background. Because I Sunny. All right. I like that one. That one. Yeah. Part of the WCW series that I am wrapping up, even though the Kickstarter's pretty much a failure. Um, you know, I'll be doing another video probably at the end of the month, you know, talking about that. But never mind. I was going to tape it down, but I realized it's not watercolor paper. Daphne, unfortunately, was somebody who I didn't see a lot of their work. She was with WCW during the Russo era. So, you know, I just, you know, I wasn't watching WCW when she was there, and TNA will get TNA when she was being, featured on TNA. But unfortunately, she's no longer with us, and I have seen some of her stuff, and it's sad. She took her own life, and that's at least what I heard online. I'm a wrestling expert, not about, you know. I would consider her more of a TNA than WCW. I have to let that dry before I can go in and darken it. Romeo Echo Foxtrot joined. I don't know if he's still with us because it says 0 viewers, but thank you, Romeo. Yeah, I think we're done here. I'm gonna. Well, I think that's. I'm gonna call it for today. I said every Wednesday. I think I'm gonna try to live stream. Uh, we'll see. You know, we'll see. I don't want to stick to a schedule when my schedule can change. Um, but uh, happy X-Men Day. Every Wednesday is an X-Men Day now. Yeah, you. Uh, that was a weird angle. But I just want to say thank you. Hope you enjoy these videos. I'm gonna keep doing what I can. Bye.